The issue I've decided to commit my time to is the potential oil drilling of the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. The ANWR is the largest wildlife refuge in the nation, serving as a home to hundreds of different species of animals including bears, muskox, caribou, and foxes. The refuge covers an area of 19.3 million acres, encompassing miles of tundra and coastline in the Arctic. Due to the differing ideals of the new presidential administration, the protection of the environment has been put aside in exchange for economic benefit. Recently, moves have been made by the president to take down the restrictions on drilling placed decades ago made to protect wildlife in the Arctic region. The ANILCA, the Alaska National Interest Lands Conservation Act, was established in 1980 by the Carter administration to expand the area designated for national parks, reserves, and refuges with certain amounts of land. The act also made it so no one could study, develop, or drill in the area without the approval of Congress. This has stood since the 1980s. Now, the president is pushing towards opening the area for study and research to assess its oil and gas drilling potential. Here is an excerpt from the document provided by the Department of the Interior stating their requests. This was pulled from the New York Times. Drilling in the area would be catastrophic to the life that resides in the refuge, specifically to the caribou of the coastal region. The caribou of this area are called porcupine caribou. The map below shows the migration path of the caribou running along the coastline for miles. This can be seen to the red trail. The green areas represent the locations where caribou birth their young, which is also on the coast. This is a map of the entire refuge, with the area intended for drilling marked. The place of interest is the coastline in the north of the refuge, named Area 1002, which is approximately 1.5 million acres in size. The introduction of drilling into the area would interfere with the migratory path and calving location of the caribou. But these aren't the only risks. Drilling creates the risk of oil spills, enhances pollution and greenhouse gas emissions, and further pushes us into the necessity of fossil fuels rather than finding alternative energy options. There are multiple reasons for why this issue is important and personal to me. Occurrences like these are part of what makes me want to become an environmental lawyer and create change. Another reason is that animals like the caribou need to be protected as more and more species become endangered. Fossil fuels also worsens the climate change situation, which impacts us all. According to the Washington Post, both the Clinton and Obama administrations kept seismic studies from being conducted on the refuge. The Trump administration, however, is pushing to conduct these tests. Here are my sources.